Right, we've had 2 neat nights up the Beaulieu River, just inside the entrance here. Out on the right of us, you can see the island we went on the other day, where the gulls were. But anyway, today we're going to head out here, very short trip, just going to pop across the Solent into Newton River. And in here are just some beautiful anchorages and protected, nicely protected from the easterly wind that's out there at the moment. So if we look over here, we just got 7 miles to go. So it's just over an hour. We're going to make a bit of water. There it is out there. Tide is just turning. So still coming in a little bit by the look of it, but it's about to turn. So we're going to head out. And very exciting thing today is Winston's going to take us over there. So away we go.
0.5 of a knot.
So well settled into Newton Creek here, and we're at low tide. So just poke the camera around the corner there, you can see that mud bank in the distance. That was underwater originally. You can see the water goes way in over to here. That mud bank's over there where it's quite a bit higher, and then you can see now that the area that's devoid of water has crept in a bit closer. I would say 25 metres away. But we're sitting nicely in the stream. You can see this yacht behind us just starting to turn a little bit now as we go from what's effectively slack tide, but with a river current and with an easterly which is pushing onto our bow. So it keeps us in line at the moment, but over the next hour or so we are definitely going to start slipping around and eventually face downstream with the incoming tide. Over there you can see it, look at that. Give you an idea, that's probably a metre and a half of land there that has normally got a metre and a half over it at high tide. So that whole area out there floods. And there's 4 seals over there, lying in the sun. Okay, so just a couple of little maintenance items. We came into the engine room this morning before heading off. Here's the vacuum gauge on the 2 Raycor oil filters or pre-filters before they even get to the John Deere stuff. And this, the red needle there that you can see was round in the red here, which means the vacuum got sucked because of a limited flow until it pushed that red needle right round to there. So we'll just rotate it back so you can see how it works. You set it there, and then when the engine's running, if that black needle shows suction, it pulls it round to the relevant place. So when we came in this morning, as I said, it was right round here. The Raycor, we've got 2 of them. It was sitting over to the starboard one, so we changed it over to the port one, so we know that that's a brand new one. And now we are just going to take this apart and we'll put a new fuel filter on the starboard side of the starboard engine. And about every 3 months that tends to happen. That's all. Right, so there we are, we've got the lid off. And the diesel's all sitting there. You basically get a screwdriver. It's got a drip tray underneath it, see? So a lot of the stuff when you first, it's really a matter of how you get it from. Right, so there it is there. So that's got it out. And we just quietly lift that up and you let most of it drain. That's it. Alright. Ideally you'd want to let most of it drain out probably. Anyway, we'll get that. Hard to get rid of that smell of diesel into the engine room. And then we just put that through there. Just nice and slowly. Yeah. Let that settle down. Right, there's a seal in here you can see. Replace those every now and then. And then so the big thing is to make sure that you've always got clean ones in here. So obviously then any time you do have a problem with filtration on the engine, you do know that you can just simply flick that lever back across. So we're on the port one now, brand new, never been used. We've now got a new one on the starboard, so we've got that redundancy. Job done.
So this is just to prove how Winston is such a bad influence on Mark. Winston was...
Hey, I just told him.
What was that, Winston?
Am I getting blamed for this?
Well, I'm just saying how you're such a bad influence on Mark.
Totally nothing to do with me, sweetie. Nothing to do with me.
I
Not
heard
guilty.
you saying they've put up their drone.
I get blamed for a lot of stuff, but I'm not wearing this one.
So they said, but
I
next
just told
door
Mark there's a drone up, that's all I said.
So next minute Mark comes out here
on,
because
look,
now
mate.
they want to dog fight each other. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Is this a situation of my drone is bigger than your drone?
Yeah.
Hey?
Do they know about each other? I suppose they do.
No, fuck no. Do you like Nordhavn's, guys? Alright, let's see. So who's that? Female or male? Look how they're sharing. So they're used to people being here, eh? And they just know that if they come over, people, good morning.
Probably shouldn't be feeding.
Bread.
Bread.
I know, just a little bit's alright though, isn't it? Sorry guys, it's not good for you, but thanks for coming to say hello. Really appreciate it. Look, hello. Good to see you guys. Thank you, King Charles. I mean, you possibly can't see it, but there's a wee yellow buoy over there, and there's a seal come up, and he keeps, it's the anchor marker for this guy's anchor. So when he dropped his anchor, he had the little buoy attached to it so that he could see where it was, and other people can too. And there's a seal out there, and he's pulling it under the water all the time, and he's trying to hide it, I think, because the seal came up and the buoy didn't. Then all of a sudden the buoy popped up about 30 seconds later. And then as soon as he saw it, he was back, oh, he's just pulled it under again. So he's playing with it under there. How cool is that? I mean, you can't see it, but you get my drift, you know? Where are we going, people?
I have no idea.
We're going to Shalfleet.
Shalfleet. And there's a pub there called, it's on the way into
River
town.
Inn.
And it's 1.1
1
k's walk into town.
Oh, cool. That's a nice
We
little
get a
walk.
bit of a walk.
Yeah.
We didn't bring any bags, did we? But
I've got a peg.
And we're all okay with See, it's funny, isn't it? Because if you were on your own, you'd have your backpack with you now, isn't it? Now,
yeah, I know, it's weird. It's,
you just
yeah, it
suddenly
is.
think, oh, she's got all of that.
No, see, that's not fair, because you've just jumped to the conclusion that I've decided that. That's not the case at all. I don't think you're not here. I'm just distracted.
No, I just think you.
No, it's not. It's not even bloody subconsciously. We're all getting on the boat, and there are 4 of us, so I'm just not thinking I need to think about a bag.
Of you getting on the boat. Did you
Might
take
get a
your
bit of water
bag?
here, just saying.
Did you
All right.
take your
Got a
bag?
raincoat on.
Let's move on. Nice. And we're going into this pier now. Winston wanted to carry on up there, but I think I've sort of explained to him that there'll be challenges with that.
What a load of dribble coming out of your mouth.
There'll be dragons
Just
up
said
there.
to me.
Yeah. Anyway, here we are. We're here. Let's go. Afternoon.
How are we?
It is. How are you? Alright. Yeah. Are we okay parked down there?
We are.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
How much would you like to donate, please?
Is £10 alright?
Whatever you choose, darling. Are you here for the night?
Yeah, or the month. You know, we'll see how we go. It's what?
That's a rudder for the outboard. See that? So how it works is the outboard is fixed. You can't turn the outboard, but in this means that you can helm.
Oh, so that's the motor.
The outboard
Yeah.
motor goes here.
Oh, there you go. And here's your twin keels.
Yeah. So that's like a Nolex 22, and
Yeah.
they've all got.
And with the twin and that at the back, sit on the ground. In
Yeah.
Guernsey, they have a thing on here that rotates, and it ties up back there. When you come in, you rotate it out,
Yeah.
and it's a post on either side.
Yeah.
There's one guy that started and he was doing really sore hips and that, so he pulled out.
What are you doing, mate?
We've got a traffic light.
Yeah, I know.
How can you have a traffic light? So that's totally got me beat. What? Why would you have traffic lights here? Oh, it's one way. Aren't all roads in England like this? Narrow?
Up there, she said around the corner and further up it's really narrow when it goes over the waterway. So they
Ah.
have to have lights. You only have traffic going
So
one
they're
way
actually,
and then the
it's a
other way.
two-way light system. Not, I thought it was a busy intersection.
No.
That's like saying are all roads in Australia dirt roads? I mean, come on.
Sorry, where?
Sorry, New Zealand. Sorry.
That was close. That was close.
Good. Right, let's go.
Hey, oh my God.
11th century church with the name of every vicar from the 1200s on this list. So each rector or vicar from 1271 through to 1980 listed.
Is that where we're meant to walk?
Can't see how that happened.
What's happened here, Winston?
Well, the snubber's come off, but yeah. Oh well. We can
So I think what we need to do is just pull it up and then we'll just let out another 2 metres.
Okay. So we'll pull it up so we can hook it back
I
on.
think so,
Well,
but
how did it come unhooked?
what's that?
How did it come unhooked?
Absolutely no idea. Possibly when all the tension came off, I don't know. And look at this. Well, that sunset kind of says it all over on the Isle of Wight. Very, very special. What a beautiful evening. What a magic day, magic place. Night night, everybody. Good morning, Saturday 21st of, I'm even struggling to think of the month now, June, thank you Winston, 21st of June, here we are up Newton Creek, and this is the arm we went up yesterday to go to the pub. You'll have seen the video of that. So today, to begin with, we're just going to head along to Yarmouth and catch up with my cousin. So we're going to go on a day marina there, so we just tapped on that. Auto guidance. Do we want to keep the route? No, we don't. Do we want to start navigation? Yes, we do. We know we've got low water clearance, and do we want to engage the autopilot? No. So it's 4 and a bit miles, and then obviously out of here it was fairly tight coming in, but we know the path coming in was good, so we're going to follow the path that we came in on out, and we are just out of high tide with the tide starting to go out. So let's get underway, get the anchor up, we'll do it. Almost high, is it? Right, there we are, just giving the engines a good run, 2200 RPM. We've got a current behind us, so we're doing 12.2 knots, and we'll just give them a good run for 10 minutes. No smoke out the back whatsoever, so that's pretty cool. 2.43 miles to go to Yarmouth. We call them on channel 68 and they allocate us a visitor mooring. So there it is in there. It'll either be inside or outside the harbour. We don't mind which. Yarmouth Harbour, Motor Yacht, Awanui NZ, over.
Let's go ahead.
Yes, good morning sir. We're just wanting to pop in for a few hours, bit of shopping, nice cup of coffee. Wondering whether we should go on the mooring balls outside the harbour or come inside and tie up.
Well, at this moment there is no room in the harbour for you, so it'll have to be a mooring ball. Over.
Okay, we can take a mooring ball outside, or we are happy to anchor if necessary.
Might just tie it off on this side for now. Just tie it off here. Just pull on the other rope. Oh, sorry.
Bloody hit the other crew member? Right, okay. Let's calm down.
Yeah.
Slow down.
Sorry.
All right.
It's a minor.
Ow!
Yeah.
Coming into Yarmouth Harbour. Wait, get round here and up the alleyway. Morning! Okay, £26 for 4 hours, so it's officially a gold mine, this place.
Well done, Mark. Disembarking from the wharf.
Wasn't bad, eh?
Wasn't bad, yep.
Put the life jacket on.
And down this really narrow little
Lane.
lane
Tinder lane.
and
Tinder lane. Tinder lane.
doing exceptionally well, I must say.
Okay.
Look at that.
Oh, crunch, that didn't work. Maybe, yeah, just push. And I'll just keep going in reverse to hold it against the side. That's too far.
We're free. Yay.
I want to break free.
Well, that was really lovely, catching up with Robin and Michelle. Which are your? Just let
Second
people know.
cousins.
Yeah.
You ready on the other one, eh?
Yep.
All done.
How's it going, Doc? Did you have the wetsuit on the wrong way round?
No, in New Zealand, the steamer suits have the bloody joint up.
Where are we, Winston?
We're
We're in England.
We're in England.
We're on the other side of the world, so they wear their wetsuits.
Mark, you bought it in Turkey, didn't
With
you?
I bought it in
No,
Greece.
they bought it
In
in
Greece, so that's
Yeah,
it.
well, you know, we do things different down
But the
under.
funny thing was that Mark thought all this time he's been putting it on wrong.
Yeah, but the thing is, that gets me right is I don't know whether I'm now feeling proud, thinking that I'm a little bit bigger than I thought
Turn
I
that
was, or whether
bloody
you're
cabinet
feeling
off.
proud because you think you're a little bit smaller than you thought you were.
I'm not too small.
Right, okay, enough. We don't want this to go viral.
Where was it, Mark? In the Mediterranean. Where? No, in Italy. What's the ocean thing that's for swimming?
That's pretty special, people. There is a Supermarine Spitfire, and that's about the 7th or 8th one we've seen today. Oh, there we go, he's just done a nice aileron roll. Lovely aileron roll. It's pretty special, really. I mean, that would have been such a regular noise over here.
Look at that. It's just...
Anyway, we're off to the Needles. How cool is that? Camera in tow.
And Mrs. R has got
Guarding the boat.
peace time to herself.
Yeah, possibly.
Don't know.
Oh, those ones certainly would be. As long as you're comfortable, mate, because you've got more experience at this than me.
There's no rock through here, though.
No, a big boat went through there. Boiling here. Yeah, it's clean out here. I don't think Mr. Barr would be happy with this. That's great, my man. So it's still quite a rip coming in, eh?
Yeah.
Around there, eh?
Now, very interesting. Can you grab stills off the video? What we'll do is we'll head it, we'll just keep going out and go around it rather than through it.
I think that's a bloody good idea.
Yeah, but we probably still might get a bit wet when we turn, I think.
Okay, we're just coming over to Hurst Castle. There it is on the left, and a bit of a rip going through here. We've got a incoming tide about what is it, about 2.5 knots behind us, isn't it? Yeah, we're getting a push along of 2.5 knots, so we're doing nearly 8 knots, and we're just doing 950 RPM, so pretty economical. Anyway, the sou'west is coming in tonight, which is from out there, so we're going to go in behind this massive sandbank over here and anchor in the back there. Either we'll be out in the bay, or there is another area in behind it that you can go to, but we'll have to check and see whether we're happy to go in there or not. Yeah, been a magic day, but there we are in the rip. So what we've got here,
Jesus!
we've got a recipe, and we've got some ingredients, and we've got how many questions? How many questions you had so far, Cass?
Oh man!
Right.
Well, I'm getting off.
So what? Winston is making scones. So what we're going to do is I'm going to be kind, and I'm just going to let him get to it now. But what we are going to do is show you the end product. So this actually could be another episode of Blokes Cooking on Boats, but I just no. We're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. So I'll turn the camera off, Doc. All right. So I turn the camera off.
Yeah, turn the camera off.
You sure? Oh.
Just get a spoon.
Yeah, spoon it in. We're going to end up with floury. Oh God.
There you go.
Goodbye, people. Goodbye. You're looking good, mate.
We'll see. I'm not getting ahead of myself.
No, but that looks. I mean.
Right, here we go.
Is it up to temperature?
Yep.
Oh, mate. Come on. Blokes cook on boats.
You have to try one.
Whose recipe is this, Winston?
It's a hybrid, okay? It's a hybrid.
Oh.
Mainly my mum's.
Yeah, it started with your mum's, eh? And mum said don't over knead the...
Yeah, don't overmix the flour mix.
Yeah,
because
the
otherwise
less you can do, the better. Do we really want that on something cold like that?
Oh, not bad, Winston.
Looks a bit dry to me. Overcooked.
No, I think-
Overcooked.
No.
No, it's not. Feel it.
It's not. Yeah, but it's not doughy, so you stop cooking, right?
Well, that's what you've done, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll put them back in the oven.
Oh, okay. Well, here are the cheese scones. And you know what? They're worthy of blokes cook on boats. They're good. They're beautiful.
Don't sound so surprised, Mark. Don't sound so surprised.
I'm not surprised. I'm just...
You are. You sit there, you say, I'm going to be brutally honest, and then you only go, oh, they're quite good. Isn't that how it went, Winston?
You got the camera around the wrong way.
They're very good. These are great scones.
They're beautiful. So I arrived back on the boat and this container was full of all this shite. Look at it all. All this shite. All of it. In this container. And the container was on the floor here, on the ground. So you couldn't even walk here. But that's Mark's side of the bed, so that's alright. So I wasn't too bothered. But it's got to be a bit of enough really. So now I went up to his lordship to ask him what to do. So he's told me use these two bins that are in the pilot house, because as you can see, if I open this up, oh yeah, that's here, you can see there are empty slots so that I can get him organised. But as always, while I was explaining to him what I was going to do and how I was going to organise stuff, he had a way to do it, which surprised me, because if he had a way to do it, why the heck had he not done it? It was just there. But anyway, these are the anomalies of my life and fun of being married to Mark, Boomer, the captain, or whatever other names you'd like to call him. Mission successful. We have an empty tub that we can now use for its purpose, and we have a clear walkway. Bag full of rubbish and stuff all in its place.
Right, today we are going to check the anodes on both engines because they're due, and also if you remember we replaced an anode on the hydraulic oil heat exchanger, but it has two, one at the front, one at the back, and we tried one to make sure it's the right size. It was, so now we've got the new one to do at the back. Alright, here are the two port side engine ones, so they've got, at least another month in them, and I check those every month. This one on the starboard side, that's all that's left of that, so we're replacing that. And the second one on the starboard side is okay. So we're going to quietly fit those back in, the ones that we can, just being careful to make sure we don't cross thread. It's on its way in, good. Winston's going to do those two over there, and I am going to go and get a new brass head for the one in the bucket. Job done. Okay, so we've taken that anode out of the stabilizer hydraulic oil heat exchanger, and it looks like it's left some of the anode in there, so we're going to have to think carefully about that. So here it is here, it's come out with no anode in the end of it, and it looks to me like the anode's actually broken off from it because it's got so weak. My suspicion is that is just a very small piece of anode, so I think we need a small screwdriver, or ideally a little hook thing, to just see if we can, or if there was, because here it is, here's the bit here, that's the end of that is going to be what's in there, isn't it? That threaded thing. Because this is actually unthreaded, see, from out of that cylinder. So anyway, we'll have a bit of a play with that and see what we come up with. Alright, so we've worked out there's actually an object in there, so Winston is going to just very slowly crack open the seawater cock and we'll just see if it blows it out. Alright, buddy. Yeah, a bit more, yep. Okay, off, yep, it's out.
Oh, too easy.
Alright, that worked really well. So we blew it out, and now we can put the other one in. Now if you remember last time, putting it in, we came very close to cross-threading it. So we do need to be careful there. Okay, let's put the other one back in. Yep. And the big thing is, if we want to get it, the reverse is to get it locked against the, you know, your crane.
Yeah.
And that tends to help hold it then.
Out there.
A bit higher if you can. Okay, perfect. Round we go.
Where are the...
Yeah, oh, yep, on the pole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm afraid it's a new line actually.
No, you're right, mate. No, oh, I see what you're saying, yeah. I can hold on to this.
Yeah. I can steady it that way.
You're onto it.
Out there.
Yep, about to start lowering it.
The wind's down, yeah.
Yep, okay. Oh, it's turned up quite windy here. Quite windy and a bit swirly. We're just taking the tender down. So, wouldn't be doing this if I was on my own. It's a two-man operation. You right, Kath? Anyway, that was lousy photography, people, but look, the tender's down. And now what we're going to do is, I'll tell you about it now, simply because it's so windy out there, and you know what it's like when we've got bad wind with the camera. So in behind there, it is lovely and calm, we think. It looks fairly shallow on the chart, so what we're going to do is pop in on the tender and see what kind of yachts are in there. I'll know pretty quickly whether we can get in there or not once it's back to high tide. At the moment we're very low. We figure it's best to see it at low tide. Anyway, we'll head off over there and check things out. No, because we won't have rubbish here, Tim. There'll be nowhere to put it. We're going into Leamington tomorrow. Look at all these ladders along the wall here. Everybody's got to have their own ladder. It says this pontoon, I think they're being a bit generous calling it a pontoon, but oh, it'll float. Hey.
What's that?
It'll float, this.
Yeah.
Quite an angle, but anyway, we'll be fine. So we're in, is this Hurst or not? Oh, this is Milford. So we're Milford on Sea, which is just, well, basically the only town around Hurst, isn't it? What's What's that, 3 pubs so far? Yeah, it's trying to float, eh?
Yeah.
Alright, we've decided to move off. It's not very nice at all in here, pretty uncomfortable. Boat's rolling around, probably 10-15 degrees either way. So we've decided we're going to head back over to the creek, where the forecast for tonight is nice and smooth. It's about 45 minutes away, and we'll have a nice push through with the current, which will be nice.
Hooked another small chain.
Ah, okay. Do you want me to go up?
Do you want him to go up?
Hang on.
That's a long one.
Oh, hang on, I'll come and have a look. See what we're dealing with. Right, hook another chain. Ah!
That's the anchor. That's the anchor, I think, and that's the chain. So we should be able to just pop it through, I think.
Okay, what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so we're underway now. We're going back, as I said, to Newton Creek. It's a bit sloppy in where we were. Now that we're out here, it's actually not too bad. You can look out the window there and go, what are you lot on about? But it's just not pleasant in there. So we're going to shoot over here, and it's quite sheltered over on this side. Been there before, so we don't need to film going in there. And yeah, tomorrow we're off to Leamington, which is over there.
So
What you doing, sweetie?
I started on the puzzle you gave me for my birthday, and I went through everything while you guys were off on your long adventure to get all the edges, and then I started doing the edges and realised that I've missed some, and so far I've found another 2. So I thought, oh, I'm going to carry on and go through the whole caboodle again. How silly of me is that?
Can I ask a question?
But now we've got good time to do it, see?
Can I ask a question? How are we going to eat our dinner tonight?
Oh, very good question. I already worked that out. I just put a tablecloth. That's why we're using tablecloths. Put the tablecloth over the top and you're right.
You don't think it'll damage it?
Nah, be fine.
Okay.
We've done it before.
All right.
With Rodney and that on board.
Okay. Oh, well, you've been productive. Well done.